I don't know what's funnier about this, the fact that Sean has gone back 4 years to try and find something to dig at me with, or the fact that he fucked it up. Sean, you had one fucking job, mate. So what he's done is gone back to a video of mine from October 2013 to an old Facebook group I used to run, which is true. And I did post this. Geoengineering and the Collapse of Earth 2014, this must be shared. Well, I can't actually remember what the video was actually about now, because this was 3 years ago. But I do recall being turned off of the idea of the sort of chemtrail conspiracy by Cool Hard Logic. Really good channel, really recommend it. He spends a lot of time debunking flat earthers and all those sort of people, and chemtrails is something that he addressed. Sean, if you'd taken the time to watch the interview, you'd know he is a rational man. I'm not saying he's a good man, but he is a rational man. And I don't know whether you remember what was going on just around that sort of time. Do you remember political tensions being ratcheted up and media narratives being created that didn't actually necessarily reflect reality? The sort of thing I've recently done 2 videos on to explain that actually there are a lot of lies going around. The first one being that Assad is some sort of mad dog, that he is insane, or something like that. And he's not. He is a rational man, and if you watched 5 seconds of that video, you'd probably come to the same conclusion. But I think this is my favourite conspiracy. From vault.fbi.gov. Oh, those wacko conspiracy theorists at the FBI. Hitler lived out his days in South America after faking his suicide, according to the FBI. I actually did a video on this because it was so interesting. Sean, this is probably true. I know that sounds crazy to you because it wasn't in your history book, but the FBI had a solid lead in South America to someone who genuinely thought they knew what Adolf Hitler was. But yeah, Sean, unfortunately, the FBI aren't a source of conspiracy theories, you fucking idiot. You should have checked the link. Just because it said Adolf Hitler lived out his days in South America after faking his suicide, check the link, you lazy idiot. Since I'm on the subject, I'll address the truther thing. I didn't actually post that I believed anything about 9/11. I posted that I wasn't convinced that a building that wasn't hit by a plane would just collapse in on itself, even with a fire. However, that was actually something that was refuted not long afterwards by a subscriber of mine when he sent me this video. This is a chap who's literally showing you how it's done. I'm just going to let it play.
I'm taking time out of my busy day to try to put to rest one of the more moronic things I have seen on the internet lately, and that's saying something. Through my Facebook feed, I saw yet again that old tired argument, that question. Jet fuel only burns at 1500 degrees, and since steel melts at 2700 degrees, 9/11 was a conspiracy. I am so sick and tired of this argument. Now, I am not going to make any claims to what did or did not happen. If it was conspiracy, I do not care. What I am upset about is the retarded metallurgical things that you guys are saying. I'm not arguing the facts. Jet fuel does in fact burn at 1500 degrees. Steel will start melting, some carbon steels, at 2300 degrees. But if you hold this up as a reason for conspiracy, you are an idiot. This is a piece of half-inch thick steel, 836 structural steel, designed for structures. This is a 250-pound anvil. I'm going to put this steel in the back of this anvil, and I'm going to lift this 250-pound anvil with this bar of steel. Do you see how the structural steel is supporting this anvil? Okay. There. Now, in my furnace, I have an identical piece of half-inch bar of steel, just like this, and it's going to be around 1800 degrees, just 300 more than jet fuel when it comes out. And I want you to see something very interesting. Go into the forge. It's very hot, but not melted. Obviously, it is not melted. I put this in the anvil. Now watch this. I'm going to take my pinky finger, half-inch solid steel. Check it out. It's a freaking noodle. Your argument is invalid. Get over it. Find a job.
As you can see, that was pretty convincing. So that was me deconverted from practically all of it. Actually, I have actually spent time looking into some conspiracy theories, And most of them are complete horseshit. There's no doubt about it. The moon is not a hologram. The Earth is not flat. I don't think there is a chemtrail conspiracy. Because that, I think, has been conclusively disproven. I don't really know. I don't really agree with any of them. And do you know what's interesting? The thing you actually have to do with conspiracy theorists is educate them, because they are rational people who just don't understand what's going on. That's what it is. It's not that they're malevolent. It's not that they're stupid either. It's just they're uneducated, and you need to take the time to educate them. That's the only way to deprogram conspiracy theorists. But yeah, the thing is, as soon as Dusty got it, I just thought, fuck it, let him run with it. See where it goes. I literally don't care what they say, and I'm not. I mean, everything they do is in bad faith. That's the thing. I mean, look at like everything they do is in bad faith. So I really don't care. But I figure I'd address this just because Sean's fucked it up. Sean, there must have... I haven't looked at that page in years. There must be more interesting stuff on than this. Right, okay. Bertrand Russell. Okay, I like it. So, US-backed plan to launch chemical weapon attack on Syria and blame it on Assad's regime. What? Is that... that Assad might actually not be the mad monster you think he is? Actually, I don't want to say he's not a monster. He probably does do terrible things. But he's not an idiot, is he, Sean? He's not actually an irrational man. And he's not actually gonna kill himself, which is basically what he would do if he used chemical weapons. But there's some interesting things, isn't there? Oh, look, food banks are on the rise. Oh, that's wild conspiracy stuff. Anti-conservative stuff. Yes, I've always been against the conservatives. This is the thing. When people call me a conservative, I'm just sat there like, Jesus fucking Christ, you have no idea how not a conservative I am. Ah, yes, the Telegraph. Crazy conspiracy theory stuff. What's that? Americans backing horrible people in another part of the world just to piss off a foreign government? Conspiracy. What's that? Something that wasn't a conspiracy? Oh. I've always liked Ron Paul, though, I tell you. Always liked him. Teen girl on child porn charge over nude selfies. Crazy conspiracy stuff. Corruption across the EU breathtaking. Who could have imagined this? BBC, though, crazy conspiracy. It's just not as crazy and conspiratorial as it looks, really, is it? The Independent. Oh, gangs use Freemasons to corrupt the police. Oh, Independent, you crazy conspiracy theorists. It's basically the same sort of political commentary I was doing then that I'm doing now. I just know more about the things that I wasn't sure about. Crazy conspiracy. God, this is actually going to be really disappointing if any of your subscribers were actually going to look into this, Sean. Gee, this... Christ, I shared Slate.com. God. Sean, that is more embarrassing, you fucking idiot. You should have nailed me on that. I can't believe I shared Slate.com unironically. Look, okay, it was a simpler time. That's all I'm saying. 2013 was a fucking simpler time, alright? Just... listen, go easy. I've changed. I'm not like that anymore.